Oh, g'day. I do write a lot of bush poetry, and most of it's just good fun and a bit of a laugh. But I also write other poetry for different occasions. And back in the bushfires at Wangary near Port Lincoln a few years ago, there was a number of people died fighting the fires. Included was one of my old schoolmates. And I sat down over the next few days and wrote this poem. So it's a bit serious. And I called it A Day in Hell. The searing heat of summer turns the country tinder dry. Country folk and townies fearfully search the northern sky. The sun has just arisen, a red glow in smoky haze of a sky still bearing evidence of fire of recent days. Golden stubble, testament to recent harvest of the land. Cattle slowly nodding in each other's shadows stand. The smoke that fills their nostrils creates in them a fear. To them the fire of yesterday is still so very near. The heat of day builds quickly to heights unknown before. The temperature by noon reaches 43 or 4. The north wind filled with smoke and dust is howling across the plain, and memories of Ash Wednesday return to mind again. The women folk and children have mostly left the farm to seek refuge on the beaches, far from the fiery harm. But few have stayed behind their castles to defend. If bushfire should approach, they'll fight alongside the men. The sky turns black as night in the middle of the day. The beast last night contained, today has got away. Emerging from the north on a wind blowing with gale force, the all-consuming firestorm is choosing its own course. Men have come from miles around their neighbours to defend from the roaring dragon that's overtaking them. The horse and sheep and cattle in panic circles run, until by flames and searing heat they're quickly overcome. The bushland and its residents are turned to a white hot ash. Houses and machinery disappear with blinding flash. For nothing can withstand the heat of this marauding beast as it makes its way across the land, north, south, west and east. The eerie wail of sirens, barely heard above the roar, comes closer to the coastal towns as the fire approaches shore. The inferno now was threatening this safe refuge to devour, and safety of the towns slipped by with each passing hour. Even those who in the morn sought safety on the beach found that as the fire approached they were within its reach. The tongues of flame and scorching heat even reached the sea, and from the sand into the waves the people had to flee. As the afternoon passed by, to the west the wind had swung. The fire now seemed to lose its force, its race now had been run. Exhausted men in disbelief surveyed the blackened scene, where just a few short hours before rich farmland could be seen. With tragedy-numbed minds they count the cost the fire on them has wrought. Death and destruction to this close-knit place this dreadful fire has brought. 9 human lives, scores of homes and sheds, and thousands of sheep and cattle have all been lost, destroyed, devoured in this horrific battle. Thanks.
Beautiful. That's lovely. Sad, very sad. I remember that.
Yeah.